Today we're going to cover the introduction to Module 1, the proposal memo. So today, let me go ahead and get our documents loaded up. So I'm going to go ahead and share files to start. Let me go ahead and get my PowerPoint loaded up for you. All right. Open this up. And I will also share my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Of course, it's taking a while for the document to load up. Let me go ahead and get this. All right. So this proposal memo is your first assignment in the class. We have about 3 weeks to get this covered, and I'm going to cover all the due dates. All of this information is available for you at Module 1, both under this very PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to cover, as well as in the assignment sheet itself. So let me go ahead and share this now. All right. So the first slide has the basic guidelines for the assignment with general due dates and the length of the assignment. So general due dates, these may change as we go along, but as of right now, you will need to choose your topic and complete your topic and development worksheet by August 28th. You'll need to narrow down your specific issue and come up with your 2 sources as well as your working thesis statement by August 31st. Then, let me get this little pointer here. The draft is due September 7th with the final memo due on September 11th. So we have about 3 weeks to cover this, and it's a very short document, but it does kick off your entire semester for English 112. You're going to stick with this topic throughout the entire semester, so I really want you to think about the issue within your field of study carefully. So the proposal memo needs to be about 1.5 to 2 type pages. You need to come up with 2 sources for this topic, and these need to be scholarly type sources from the library, not from Google, not from random internet searches, and we're going to cover that as we go along this week. And I am going to, I have some links to the library databases with some tutorials loaded up for you. All right. So the purpose of this assignment, so I'll go ahead and cover these 4 basic reasons why most English 112 classes are going to assign a proposal memo. So the proposal states the topic and the kind of research that you plan to undertake. So this is good for you to start to get practice for even in your later courses, your upper level courses when you go on to university, or if you plan to go to graduate school, or even if you're going on to do a job that doesn't require a 4-year degree, you often have to do a proposal for a customer or client, giving your reasons why you plan to charge the amount you plan to charge. If you're let's say you're writing a proposal for redoing an air conditioner. So this is a good real life kind of assignment. So another goal of the research proposal is to convince your audience and yourself that this research project is worthwhile. It's a good organizational tool. You'll see as we take a look at the sample proposal that you need to come up with a timeline, a realistic timeline for doing the work beyond this proposal. And then for our purposes in 112, it's going to take the form of writing a memo, just as you might write a memo in future academic and or professional environments. So, more on why we write a research proposal. Again, you have to choose an interesting and or controversial topic. It doesn't have to be controversial. That just sometimes makes it more interesting for you within your field of study. And you need to look at multiple perspectives on that topic. And as we go along and look at the different assignments, you'll see that you're going to look at this topic in many different ways. You're eventually going to come up with an annotated bibliography. You will do a rhetorical analysis from one of your chosen articles from that annotated bibliography. And finally, your big project will be to write an informative researched essay incorporating all of this information that you found this semester and presenting that in an unbiased way. And this research proposal is the first dip into that topic. So a research paper simply, it's a structured formal document that explains, one, what you plan to research, your topic, why it's worth researching, that's your justification, and how you plan to investigate it. So what is your approach? Other times you might write a proposal if maybe you need to ask permission to make a purchase, or you want to win a contract bid. Again, we talked about if you were a housing developer, or if you were an engineer or an architect. Really, many jobs require you to write a proposal. So your plan that you need to come up with needs to be realistic. It has to be carefully researched. You need to know what you're talking about. You need to be persuasive, and it needs to be clearly and visually appealing and easy to follow. So there are 6 components of your proposal for this class. It's very straightforward. You're going to have opening information, your to, from, and subject line, just like a business memo. The purpose, why are you writing this? The questions to be investigated, your methods, how do you plan on doing this? What's your schedule? And then your request for approval. So right here is, we have a sample proposal memo, and I have this very document loaded up into your Blackboard Module 1. So as you can see, all of those 6 sections of the research proposal included here. Here's section 1. Here's your purpose. That's basically your thesis statement. Here are the 2 or 3 questions you want to investigate. And this is your thesis statement and your questions to be investigated. These are really the heart of what you're going to be working on over the next week and a half, because that's going to guide your research. It's going to guide what you look for in the library. So you include your methods of research, and in this case, that means going to the library and doing your searches under the databases. Then your schedule, and your schedule is going to take you through the entire semester. So you're going to dig through it's going to force you to dig through your Blackboard and find all the due dates. I have all the due dates for all of your modules loaded up, the big due dates, and you need to include that in your schedule as well as your request for approval by me. Okay, so the first step is choosing a topic. And the topic you choose for this essay can be anything you're interested in, preferably something related to your major, but it has to have at least 2 opposing sides. You're going to take that topic and you're going to use it for your annotated bibliography and again for your research paper. So this is a good opportunity for you to choose something you'd like to learn more about. Why did you choose nursing as a major or psychology as a major? This is your chance to start investigating. So choosing your topic and starting your pre-writing. Your topic needs to be controversial, but also academic. So broadly speaking, we're going to be working on the following this week: choosing your controversial topic and narrowing it down. What information do you need to find to research this topic, and think about why you chose this topic. I have a worksheet that asks you to answer a whole lot of questions that starts narrowing down this topic. So you're going to probably end up starting with something fairly broad, fairly general. So your first job is going to be to start getting a more specific topic, generate a specific question or two. So in order to do that, you're going to need to use some of these brainstorming techniques, mapping, clustering, free writing, bulleting, and listing. And I'm going to include some worksheets for you to start to do that on your own. And so you'll find all of that at Module 1 under this week 2. So you can read through, I'm not going to cover each one of these slides, but you will want to spend some time going through these specific slides to do your brainstorming work, describing it, tracing your topic, mapping it. I have quite a few techniques for you to use to start to get some ideas to ask those questions to get you a good research project. The next thing you need to think about is your purpose and your audience. In other words, why are you writing this proposal? Why do you want to do this research other than it's required for class? Because that doesn't count as an answer. You need to come up with a better answer than that. What are you trying to do? What captures your interest? And then you think about your audience. So in a general sense, your audience is me, your instructor. But again, if you're in the biology community and you want to go on and do some graduate work in biology, you need to remember that your audience there are other people in that specific field of study. So as you think about your questions and how you want to present your information, your audience needs to be part of your thought process. And then the debatable issue. Your issue needs to have at least 2 reasonable positions. In order to discover whether that's true, you ask yourself a set of questions, and you can go through these sets of questions with your topic and decide, is my topic debatable? Do I have simply a fact, or do I have something that can be discussed in a reasonable and an academic way? And the final slide has to do with explaining what an argument is. So I want you to read through this slide and really think about this slide in terms of class. You are going to be essentially arguing for one side or the other with your issue. So you really want to think about what that means and read through this slide and read through this PowerPoint carefully. So I will post your next video probably by the end of this week, so you can look forward to that. And be sure to email me if you have any questions.